Welcome to Stock Talk. This is our deep dive where we try to cut through all that market noise.
Exactly. Give you the key insights from what's been happening lately.
Get you informed fast. That's the goal. And hey, if you want more analysis like this, do hit that subscribe button.
Definitely helps you stay ahead.
And we absolutely want to thank StockTelescope.com. They provide the great information that makes this deep dive possible.
Really invaluable stuff.
So today we're going to unpack some, frankly, surprising market swings. We'll look at that latest jobs report and, some bigger global things happening that definitely impact the markets.
It's a real mix of signals out there right now. It's fascinating, actually.
It is. So let's jump right in with those market headlines. Some big swings, as I said. Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla's Q2 deliveries. They came in at 384,122.
Which sounds like a lot, but context matters, right?
It does. That's down 13.5% compared to last year. A pretty steep drop.
Wow. Any idea why? Sources pointing anywhere specific?
Well, the usual suspects are mentioned. Intense competition, which is definitely heating up.
Yeah.
Also some talk of delayed orders, maybe even a bit of political backlash factoring in.
And it's not just Tesla feeling the heat in EVs, is it?
No, not entirely. Rivian, their deliveries were down to about 22.7% year over year.
Okay.
Though on the flip side, Lucid actually saw an increase, a big one, up 38%. So it's complicated.
A really mixed bag in just one sector. It shows how tough that market is.
It really underscores the pressure, even for established players like Tesla. Headwinds plus a maturing market. It's a challenge.
Okay, but then you look at Apple. Totally different story, it seems.
Right. Apple in China. Their iPhone sales actually increased 8% year over year.
That's the first rise there in 2 years, isn't it?
It is, which is pretty remarkable given the economic climate.
How'd they manage that?
Looks like trade-in programs helped a lot, and they ran some discounts back in May that seemed to, do the trick.
Smart moves. Shows the power of brand and strategy, I guess.
Definitely. And it wasn't just tech-making news. Nike got a boost, too.
Yeah, what was that about?
A new U.S.-Vietnam trade deal. Seems it's pretty beneficial for apparel makers.
Interesting. We'll probably touch on that deal again later. Anything else major on the company front?
Amazon. They announced plans to fold their Freevee content into Prime Video.
Consolidation and streaming continues. Makes sense.
Seems like it. Okay, so that's a snapshot of some companies.
So let's zoom out now to the broader economy, because the jobs report is another one of those mixed pictures, right?
Very much so. On the surface, the June jobs report looked, pretty strong.
Yeah, the numbers beat forecasts. Non-farm payrolls added, plus 147,000 jobs.
That's right. Expected was about 110K, so significantly better.
And the unemployment rate dropped, too.
Yep, down to 4.1%. The forecast was for 4.3%. So headlines look good.
Okay, sounds robust, but there's always a but, isn't there?
There often is.
Okay.
Because alongside that hiring, we saw 744,308 layoffs just in the first half of this year, 2025.
Wow, that many. That sounds like a lot.
It's the highest number for the first half since 2020.
So strong hiring and high layoffs. How does that work?
Well, sources point to things like inflation still biting, some federal budget cuts having an impact, maybe tariff effects hitting retail.
So it's like churn. Jobs being created here but lost over there.
Exactly. It suggests significant underlying pressure, maybe even like two different economic tracks running at the same time. It's not simple.
That's a really important point, okay? And global factors are tied into this, too.
Yeah.
You mentioned that Vietnam trade deal benefiting Nike.
Right. That deal involves lower U.S. tariffs on goods from Vietnam, opening things up.
But there's a China angle, too.
New tariffs. Pretty hefty ones, 20–40%, designed to stop Chinese goods being rerouted through Vietnam to avoid other tariffs.
So it's trade policy trying to reshape supply chains, de-risking, they call it.
That's the term, yeah. It's a clear strategic shift away from heavy reliance on China. It's going to have long-term effects.
And then back in the U.S., there's policy talk impacting the domestic scene, too. The proposed budget bill.
Yeah, the U.S. House proposal linked to the Trump platform. It includes quite a few things.
Like extending those 2017 tax cuts?
Yes, extending those. Also proposals like ending income tax on tips and overtime pay.
Okay. And spending priorities.
Increases for defense and immigration enforcement are in there. And significantly, a proposed $5 trillion lift to the debt ceiling.
Right. Big policy moves that, set the stage for a lot of the economic activity we see.
Absolutely. These decisions frame everything: corporate profits, consumer spending, the national debt. It's the backdrop for all these company results and job numbers.
So wrapping this up, what's the key takeaway for someone listening? It sounds like complexity.
I think that's fair. You've got this seemingly strong job market based on hiring, but underneath, you have these high layoff numbers. You have huge companies like Tesla facing headwinds, while Apple finds a way to grow in a tough market.
It's definitely not a single story. Both good and bad science happening at once.
Precisely. It's a landscape with cross-currents.
So maybe the provocative thought for listeners is, how do all these different pieces fit together for you?
Yeah. Think about it. A company's performance, like Tesla's dip, then the broad jobs data, both hiring and firing. Add in global trade shifts, like Vietnam, and top it off with potential DC policy changes.
They all connect, right, even if it's not immediately obvious.
They absolutely do. And figuring out those connections, that's key to understanding what might be coming next for the market or even your own financial situation. It's about looking beyond just the headlines.
Connect the dots. Well put. Okay, that's all the time we have for this deep dive.
Hope it was useful.
We certainly hope so. Thanks for joining us, and remember to subscribe if you want more insights like these. Until next time, stay informed.